Human progress relies on a continuous feedback loop. Science creates new technology, which accelerates discovery, which then cycles back to fund more science. This flywheel is now spinning fast enough to reach a specific endpoint: superintelligence. Superintelligence refers to AI systems capable of outperforming the smartest humans, even when those humans are assisted by AI. This projection shows the risk. On the left, AI-driven productivity and wealth creation follow an exponential curve, but on the right, the social fabric begins to fracture. As capital gains accelerate, existing social connections and stability indicators drop. Historically, competitive markets and open participation have translated human ingenuity into shared prosperity, but that mechanism relies on human labor retaining economic value. A system that completes months of human work in seconds breaks the structural logic of traditional capitalism. Surviving this transition requires deliberate, state-level architectural intervention. Corporate self-regulation is insufficient to manage a systemic crisis of this scale. We have navigated massive technological shifts before. The transition to the industrial age and mass production dismantled the agrarian economy and forced millions of workers to adapt to the factory floor. Those shifts created immense wealth, but the initial disruption was brutal. Society stabilized because of proactive political choices and the creation of new public institutions. During the Progressive Era and the New Deal, the state modernized the social contract to prevent societal collapse. Leaders established labor protections, safety standards, and broad safety nets to mediate between capital and labor. The April 2026 framework proposes a similarly ambitious industrial policy for the AI era. It relies on a dual-pillar architecture, building an open economy on the left and a resilient society on the right. Ensuring AI benefits humanity requires an active engineering solution. It cannot be left to chance. The first requirement of the new policy is maintaining an open economy. Our current welfare state, including Social Security and Medicare, relies almost entirely on human employment. These programs are funded by taxes on labor income and payrolls. This chart reveals the mathematical risk. If AI takes over production, the tax base reliant on human labor will collapse. Meanwhile, corporate profits and capital gains will skyrocket. To prevent this, we must modernize the tax base before the labor disruption reaches its peak. We need to increase our reliance on capital-based revenues. This means higher taxes on corporate income, adjustments to capital gains, and exploring targeted taxes on automated labor. Without shifting taxation from human labor to AI-driven capital, the state will face bankruptcy exactly when citizens need help most. Stabilizing the government's tax revenue is only the first step. The actual upside of AI growth must reach the population directly. The central engine for this is a public wealth fund. This fund would invest in a diversified range of assets that capture growth across the entire AI economy. Returns from the fund flow directly to every citizen. This ensures that everyone holds a stake in AI-driven growth, regardless of their starting wealth or access to private capital. We also need efficiency dividends. As AI lowers corporate operating costs, companies should be incentivized to shorten work weeks without reducing worker pay. Benefits must also become portable. Access to healthcare and retirement savings should attach to the individual worker rather than staying tied to a single employer. This open economy separates human survival and prosperity from traditional corporate employment. Security requires more than economic distribution. We must also build the second pillar, a resilient society. Current safety methods focus on the left side of this timeline, testing and red teaming models before they are released. That is no longer sufficient. Once agentic AI systems enter the wild, they operate autonomously and integrate into institutions. We need to monitor these systems in real time as they navigate unpredictable real-world environments. This real-time monitoring is managed through the AI Trust Stack. The stack uses secure signatures to verify the origin of AI actions. When a model issues an instruction, its digital signature allows for immediate verification. Privacy-preserving audit logs allow for legal accountability without enabling mass surveillance. They capture critical behavioral data while protecting the sensitive information of individual users. When AI systems become independent actors, verifiable digital provenance replaces assumed human trust. We must prepare for scenarios where a dangerous model is released, its weights are public, or it begins to replicate itself autonomously. This requires pre-planned model containment playbooks. These are coordinated protocols designed to limit the spread of dangerous capabilities, much like public health responses to an outbreak. Domestically, the Center for AI Standards and Innovation, or STACI, would act as the primary auditing authority. STACI would link to a global network of AI institutes. This international web allows for the shared exchange of evaluations, alignment findings, and early warning signals. Companies would participate in an incident reporting system modeled after aviation safety. By learning from near misses, cases where models showed concerning behavior that was ultimately caught, the entire ecosystem can prevent future disasters. A resilient society treats AI containment as a Tier 1 international security protocol. The two halves of this framework are connected. Security monitoring provides data that triggers economic NAMIF. The government tracks real-time disruption metrics, like localized unemployment spikes or rapid industry displacement. When these metrics hit a predefined danger level, the feedback loop triggers automatically. The system immediately deploys temporary expansions of unemployment benefits, fast cash assistance, and training vouchers. Because the response is tied to data, it bypasses legislative gridlock to reach people exactly when they need it. Political debate is too slow for exponential change. Our social safety net must become algorithmic. The April 2026 document offers an interlocking blueprint for national and international capacity. The technology will advance regardless of our preparation. The only variable is whether our public institutions can scale at the same speed. This framework builds a container capable of holding the immense energy generated by superintelligence. A democratic process must shape the AI future. This ensures that power and wealth do not concentrate in the hands of a few corporate entities. Keeping humans at the center of the intelligence age requires us to prioritize re-engineering the state over the simple act of writing code.